If you're like me and you prefer day trading on Sierra chart and you're looking for a trade copying system where you can trade between multiple accounts on multiple prop firms or multiple brokerages on Sierra chart, then this may be a solution for you. Now, I've been trading with a trade copying system that I created myself pretty much using the Stream Deck and the Murgee software, and I made a video on that. You can see it. I'll link it in this video here. But I wanted to try a more traditional method of trade copying, so I did some research and I came across this simple system trading software. And before I get into this, I just want to mention that I'm not affiliated with this business in any way. There's no affiliate links. I don't have a sponsorship for right now anyway. We'll see what happens in the future, but right now there's no affiliation or anything like that. It's not a sponsored video. I'm just, I had an idea, something I wanted to do. I found this company here and I tried it out, and so far I've been liking it, so I'm making this video. All right, so let's go ahead and get into it. So let's just start with, who is this system for, right? Who is this for? So let's just say if you have one broker or you're trading in only one prop firm, one of these funded programs, and in that one account you have multiple accounts, right? So for instance, if you're trading with AMP futures and you have multiple accounts within AMP futures and you trade them all the same or you trade them differently, you don't need this, right? Or if you're only trading in like one of these prop firms and you have multiple accounts inside of one prop firm, you don't really need this, right? Sierra chart has order allocation, and I can make an updated video on order allocation within Sierra chart, which is Sierra chart's trade copying feature. I can make an updated video on that if you want me to. Just let me know in the comments below. But if that's the situation that you're in, you only have one prop firm with multiple accounts, or you have one broker account with multiple accounts, then you don't really need this system, right? But if you're like me, where I have a broker account, I actually have two brokerages that I have accounts with, and I've traded with multiple prop firms at the same time, right? So if that's the situation and you're trying to trade all of these accounts between these different brokers and these different prop firms, then this is going to help you out, right? And real quick on this company here, the simple system trading is what we're talking about. They have a few custom studies and they can help you out with a custom study. If you have something in mind that you want to make a custom Sierra chart study, they can help you out there, and they have a lot of different other tools that you can use that work with Sierra chart. I haven't tried any of these other things. I've only tried the one that we're talking about here, right? So I've been using this 10-day trial just to get a feel for it and see how it works. You get all the features in the 10-day trial. It's just after the 10 days you got to pay for it. And you can see here, this is the payment, the different payment options that you have once your 10-day free trial is over with, right? So I'm gonna walk through this, my experience with it. With basically, this is a recording from one of my trades last week, and so I'm gonna show you how I set this up. And there's a lot of moving pieces, but I'm just gonna highlight everything, like the main components of how I have this set up, so you can get a feel for how this may work. I'm gonna use this recording. I'm gonna start out using this recording to kind of illustrate how it works in real time, and then I can get into like just some key setup things after I do this walkthrough. So with the setup that I have here, right, I have this set up to where I can trade 4 to 5 accounts at one time, right? And that's what I prefer. You can actually do more than that if you want to, but for each account you would need to have a chart window up where you can install the custom study inside of each chart. And like I said, we'll get into that later. So for this, I have just one window here, and then I have these 4 trade windows down here. So I can, if I wanted to, I can go 5 accounts max. And that's how I like it. I like 4 to 5 accounts at the most. Like I said, you can go more than that if you want to. Also, I have 3 different Sierra chart installs, and that'll be 1 install per broker or prop firm. So let's just say for install 1, I'm using the prop firm, and I have 2 accounts or 2 to 3 accounts in that prop firm, right? And then install number 2 down here, let's just say I'm using one of my broker accounts. Let's just say I'm going to use Edge Clear in that one. And then for install 3, let's say I'm gonna go with another prop firm in this one, right? So, for this example, we got prop firm, broker, prop firm, right? And in this install one prop firm, let's just say I got 2 accounts for this example. You got 1 account there for prop firm 1 and 1 account there for prop firm 2. Okay, so that explains what's happening on the charts here. Now, the way that I did this is I installed the study where all the trades are initiated from in this window here, the C1. And with install 1, I'm using order allocation, Sierra Charts order allocation, to copy the trades to trade window 1 and trade window 2, right? Now also from here, I'm copying the trades using the simple system trading software to trade window 3 on install 2 and then trade window 4 on install 3. Now you can use simple system tradings, software, or there's custom study to copy trades, all of them. I just wanted to really test things out, so I did it in conjunction with order allocation and that custom study. And if you're wondering why I'm maybe trading in multiple prop firms or with multiple accounts, I like to test different things out. So I've been seeing how different prop firms work, and you don't really need to trade in multiple prop firms. If you find one good prop firm that works for you, you can just trade in that prop firm. But to give yourself some flexibility, maybe you want to trade in multiple prop firms. And on the note of trading in multiple prop firms, since I have been testing it out, I do have some experience with multiple prop firms, and I don't mind testing different prop firms out. So if that's something that you're interested in me making more videos on how the different, there's a lot of different prop firms and funded programs that are out in the market now. So if you would like to see me make more videos on these different prop firms, the Apexes, the Top Steps, and I've done these before, but there's many more now. So if you want to see me make more videos on that, just let me know in the comments. It can get expensive testing a lot of prop firms, so I want to make sure there's enough interest before I actually start doing that. So anyway, if you want to see me make more videos on these different prop firms, just let me know in the comment section below. If there's enough interest, I'll make a series for that, right? All right, so let's get back to this. I'm going to play this so you can see how it works in real time. All right, you see how it's filled there. Let me go ahead and pause it right here. Now, if you look at the price that I got filled at, you might not be able to see this one, but is 588.25, and you can see here trade window 1. Now for this example, I'm only trading in 4 accounts at the same. So this chart here, C1, is the same as trade window 1. So and trade window 1, I got filled at 88.25, and trade window 3, I got filled in 88 flat. Trade window 2, I got filled at 88.25. And then trade window 4, I got filled at 88. And I'm bringing it up because there will be some lag. So you don't want to expect to be filled at the same price on every single window that you have open. In real time, and this is slow volatility here. The market isn't super volatile for this trade here. So when things are really moving, your orders are not going to be the same, right? So just expect your orders not to be the same. Some orders may fill and they may not fill if the market is really moving. So that's just one thing you got to keep in mind, that it's not going to be perfect. That's just not how things work in real life, right? And I'm also doing this in the sim environment because I'm testing this out. So, I got slippage in a sim environment, in Sierra Chart sim environment. So you can only imagine if I'm really sending these orders to the market or to the simulated prop firm servers. But you can see here for this test that I got filled in all of these accounts. And then soon here there will be an exit. And then I took the profit there, and you can see the position was closed out in all of the trade windows down here. So that's just a real simple example of how this system works in real time. So let's go ahead and walk through how to set this up. All right, so once you sign up, and whether you're doing the free trial or you're doing the paid version, I would suggest starting with the free trial to make sure everything works for you and you can work through any issues that you may have, that you may come across. So once you sign up, they will email you these instructions right here. It's very simple, short and sweet. There's not a lot to do, right? Just follow these instructions, and it should only take you, maybe a minute or two to get everything set up, right? Just make sure you go through these instructions. You see there's not a lot to do here. It's just only one page and you'll be good to go. All right. So the way I have this set up, when I go in here to the studies, you'll need to add your study through the add custom study here. And you'll look for this SST local copier. And for this is the trade window that I'm sending that I'm initiating the orders from for this study, right? So this is the transmitter, right? I have selected the transmitter for that one. I already have it in here, so I'm not going to add it again, but you see here, I have transmitter. And the main thing for this, for the way that I have it set up here, you'll want to make sure the tag is set, right? And this is case sensitive. So since I'm using a capital M for my tag here, I need to make sure on the other window that I want the orders to go to that I use the same capital M1 tag, right? So I want to make sure I got set tag to capital M1. I already got all that set. And this is just a simple setup. You can see here that there are way more things. There are more things that you can set up that's for the transmitter. And then this is the other installs, another install. As I explained before, I'm gonna go to studies again. And for this one, you'll do add study and then you'll do receiver. You'll select receiver for this one since I want to receive the orders from this trade window there. And then I already have it in my studies there, and then I'll make sure that I put the tag in there. Now for this setup, that's all I needed to do. If you got more things, more complexity to your system, you can take care of all of that there. And let's just run through an illustration real quick. So let's just say I want to buy a stop there. You can see the order is placed, and when I move this order around, it moves along with it. Right? I'm going to close that out. I don't want to fill that. I don't want that to fill right now. And let's just say I want to add a target in there. All right, so you can see I have a target now. Let me go back here and let me place that same order. Oops. Want to make sure that we use attached orders for this example. And now let me place that stop again. And now you can see I have it there. And let's see if it copied over. And it did not. There's two ways to go about this. You can either make those same target settings, target and stop settings over here, or let me close this down so we can test this out. This is not the way that I trade, so I'm testing this out in real time for this video, for this recording. Let me go back to this transmitter study. And there's an option here to send target and stop order price changes. For this, we're going to click both target and stop. Go ahead and click OK. And I'm going to see how this works. I'm curious myself. I haven't done this before. Do a buy stop. All right, so it did the same thing. So if I close that, and now let's say I want to add that target there and go back, and let's use attached orders. Now when I place that buy stop, all right, so we can see it there. And then if I move it down, both move at the same time. You can see. Now, let me test it one more time because I'm curious for this video. So y'all get to see how I like to play with stuff. This is how I learn how to do all the different things within Sierra Chart, or whatever platform that I use, and I just play around with it. I make sure that I play around with it in sim mode. And when you're getting started, I highly suggest that you start everything, that you set up everything, you take your first trades and all that stuff inside of sim mode to make sure everything works before you start sending orders to your actual broker or to the prop firm. And make sure you're very familiar with it before you start, in sim mode, before you start trading in your regular account. So let me test. I'm going to do another quick test and we can go ahead and wrap this up after that. Now I want to turn this off. I want to see what it does. I'm going to go back to no, hit OK, hit OK. Now let me do it that way. And if I move this down, it actually does the same thing. So I'm sure there's more to it. I'll just have to play around with it more, but I'm not going to bore you with it for this video. So this is the day following the day where I recorded the bulk of this video. And I came into an issue this morning that I wanted to go ahead and highlight in terms of dealing with this copy trading system, right? And dealing with copy trading in general when you're doing it outside of the way that I created for myself, right? And the issue that I had a couple issues this morning where my computer is just acting kind of, it's like it was lagging, and I ran into some technical issues that I feel like are related to my PC being a little slow this morning. But basically what happened was I had to manually enter some trades, and one, I needed to manually enter a trade from off a re-entry, right? I got stopped out originally and I re-entered when I got my signal and my trigger. But the other one is my auto trade feature stopped working for some reason, and I think it's related to that. When I started manually taking trades, for whatever reason, that messed up the auto trade feature within Sierra chart. So I'm still trying to figure out what's going on with that and how to get that back. But the reason why I made this video is because taking trades manually caused issues with the simple system trading, copy trading system, right? So if we look here, so let's look at these first two right here, right up here, these first two here. So all of these sim accounts here, they're working off of, and I'm glad I'm simming. This is why I sim stuff the first when I'm trying stuff out that's new, whether it's a strategy or if it's some sort of tool that I'm using. I like to sim it first, and this is why. So anyway, all of these are using order allocation, right? And I mentioned that earlier in the video. And these trades are copied from this account up here, right? Using SST, right? The simple system trading copier. So there wasn't much of a difference with the field prices with the order allocation trades, right? The only issue that I ran into was the field prices for the SST copied trades. And I thought that maybe it was the delay that was messing it up. But what happened is when I started taking those manual trades, because of the way that I have my Stream Deck and all that set up, it was pretty much basically sending double trades in, and it would immediately take me out of the SST copy trades. So let me show you what I'm talking about because it'll make more sense. And I'm going to bring up the trade window for this account so we can see how everything works. I'm just going to put it right here. So, okay, let's just say I want to go short here, and this would be the normal way. And so you can see how it works. No issues. Everything has trades like it's supposed to. Another thing I also noticed this morning with the delay. Sometimes you'll see a delay you see how that delayed with just the details in the trade window, right? So I can go ahead and flatten that. That's for that example. Now, if I try to use my regular Stream Deck system, what'll happen is it'll click the same button on every trade window. So I'm gonna move this up here just to get that out of the way. So if I try to go short again using my normal copy trading system, the one that I created, you'll see that this is the SST receive window. And immediately, as soon as I took that trade, it filled it and then it flattened it, right? You see I'm filled everywhere else though. So let me go ahead and flatten the rest of them. And the reason I think it does that is because of this setting here. Let me go back into studies. Let me go down to the receiver study. And I think it's this here where you flatten position. I got to open this all the way up so you can see it. Flatten position when receiving a new order or waiting order signal when received is out of sync, right? So let's just test this. I'm gonna turn it off and let me see if it does the same thing. So now if I do the same, if I go short again, see what happens. And see, so now it doesn't just flatten me automatically because I sent it out of sync. I did something weird according to the copier, right? So moving forward, what I can do is I can either just, if I need to take a manual trade for whatever reason, I can have this window to the side somewhere and I can just trade from the main trade window that I'm taking all the trades from and I want it to copy from. Or what I can do is I can just keep that setting off right there, right? And just going off that, doing that test there, it seems like keeping the setting off. I may do a combination of both. I may just keep the setting off, and in the case of it's like when things just get crazy, in case of emergency, I have this other window to the side, maybe on my other monitor somewhere, so that I can, adjust accordingly to whatever's happening, right? So I just wanted to, I noticed that today, and I wanted to add this piece on to the video. As I said before, if you have any questions or comments or anything like that, make sure you leave those in the comment section below. If you want me to make more videos on this, leave that in the comment section below. And until the next time, trade it easy.